can give Mark an introduction, because I've known him for quite a few years now. Writer, theatre maker in and around the greater Manchester area generally, whom I've specifically invited to come up and do this for us, because the very first time he tried a version of what's become this performance, it was at a Fun Palace 2 years ago now. Yeah. So I thought it would be good for it now that it's a complete thing to come home to Lancaster Fun Palace. And I'm very pleased to welcome Mark Reed with Rob Hudson,
Lynne Crook.
and Lynne Crook, who have come up to Lancaster for the occasion.
I think I'm accidentally standing up either side. We were sitting down, I'm not quite sure. But yes, hello everyone, welcome to Questions of England. I say my name's Rob, this is Mark, and this is Lynne. And over the course of the next hour, what's going to happen is very simply we're going to try and find out as much as we can about England. Mark's going to turn this over, and very, very quickly, what I'm going to explain, he's going to read out a series of questions that he's collated over many, many years. And in that time, if we hear a question, myself and Lynne, if we hear a question that we're interested in, we want to explore a bit more, or perhaps take as an improv suggestion, we're going to do a little improv scene based on that. We're going to ding the bell, and we'll do that a scene based on that question. When we've finished that scene, we'll then ding the bell, and we'll go back to Mark, who will continue asking some questions. If we think we want to answer one of the questions, or simply discuss it, or even if you want to answer one of those questions, if you have an answer, or you want to explore it a bit more, stick your hand right in the air, we will ding that bell, and we can have a little discussion about it. And when we've finished, when we've gleaned as much as we possibly can out of that question, we'll ding the bell again, and Mark will continue to answer the questions, all right? All will become clear as we carry on, and for now, I think we're going to make a start. So, Mark, I'm going to invite you to, please, begin to read the questions.
Where hast du been since I saw thee on Iltamor Bartat? Why would you bugger Bogner?
Oh, bugger it!
Right.
Just bugger it!
Look, I'm not doing that again. I'm not doing it again. Not the entirety of Bognor, Alice.
Look, it's the only way. It's the only way we're going to get back to Scarborough is you turning tricks down that back alley.
Every single person in Bognor, again, like last year on our honeymoon.
Look, the going rate's not much in Bognor. You're going to have to cover the population.
Every single one of them, though. Every single one of them.
They don't get much for entertainment. They're all interested.
I'm not even very good at it.
There's very little you have to do.
There's a lot. You clearly don't know enough about the act.
I don't know. I've seen it enough times for you.
No, listen. Look, last year it worked on our honeymoon. I'm not doing it again. I'm just shy.
If you loved me, you'd bugger the population of Bognor.
Alice, you know how to tug at my heartstrings.
I'm so sorry.
The first scene of the night. Brilliant.
What was Ethelred not ready for?
I just don't want to go to Bognor and bugger everyone.
Where did Chaucer hide during the Peasants' Revolt? How sure are you that Torpenhow Hill is a hill? Where do ignorant armies clash by night?
Well, I was going to fight you, but don't think I can be bothered.
No, not bothered. Not bothered. Don't even know your name.
No, don't even care where you're from or anything.
No.
So I don't even care enough to skewer you on me spear.
I'm not even going to look at you.
Who said that? Who said that?
Oh, no.
I don't even know who's talking. I didn't even know who was talking before you were born.
Oh, there's a weird noise. Oh, maybe it's the wind through the trees. It can't be somebody talking.
Oh, I can't hear a voice. All I can hear is someone going, I'm a dickhead, I'm a dickhead, I'm a dickhead.
I don't know what people are. They call themselves enemies. Don't even know they're there.
Can't we just be friends?
Yeah, go on. Do you want a pint?
Yeah, go on.
Do you always confuse Kettering with Kidderminster?
All the time.
What is the Leicester address allocated to Jesus for his second coming?
Sorry, Does anyone know the answer to that? Does
Do
anyone?
you know the answer to that, Mark?
It's something like, if I remember rightly, something like 36 Bedford Street. And it's just off the A6. I was doing some research on the A6, and the Theosophical Society in the early part of the 20th century said that it's a terrace house. It's still there.
Of course
and
it is.
it's where he's going to.
He's not going to go mad, is he?
Does Jesus know? That's what I want to know.
I
Because if I were
expect there'll be
him-
a delegation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh. Does his dad pay the rent? Only because my dad paid my rent for a little while. So I just wondered if he had a similar situation.
I don't know. He'd be 33, wouldn't he? So he's like.
That's true. I'm 34.
Yeah. There's a lot of. It's
Well,
difficult to earn that sort of rent.
Do you think he had any student fees? Is the
I mean,
question.
but carpentry is not big anymore, is it?
No.
So you may have difficulty.
I better pipe raft. I don't care. Yeah. So there we go. Any further on Jesus' address in Leicester? No. Oh yes. Go
yeah,
ahead.
there we go.
Jesus at the back. Yes.
Here's the round.
Yeah.
It's not for a car park then.
No. Who was that? Was that John?
Purely King Richard.
King Richard. Sorry, not John. Yes,
Yeah.
Richard. That's
Is it
right.
Richard or John?
Third,
You might be
Richard
right,
third.
actually.
Yes,
Richard
Richard III. Yeah, the old ramming slang.
There you go.
Where was Bartholomew Fair? How did Herschel crack the flags?
I think I have the answer. Here we are. The famous flags puzzle has been solved.
Did you take this off the back of a cornflakes packet?
I took it off the back of a cornflakes packet.
You do realise this is for the under fours?
You never let me solve anything.
When we gave you that funding, we wanted you to put together a satellite Herschel.
I thought it would be interesting and introspective to look at a children's puzzle, and perhaps we could move on from that. We need a base point. And a children's puzzle to win a trip to Alton Towers, I thought, would be a good way to start.
You said that when you were going to crack the Enigma code, and you spent an awful lot of funding buying Sudoku books.
Sudoku's very interesting. Plus, I did crack the Enigma code, didn't I? Well, I wrote down the word Enigma.
Look, this is essentially your last chance, okay?
Right.
We're going to give you some more funding.
Yes,
Yes.
I do get funding.
Yes, you
Wonderful.
get funding.
Dr. Herschel. Sorry.
Yes. You've got one last chance.
Right.
You need to find out what's going on in the Bermuda Triangle.
The Bermuda Triangle.
Yes. Do not buy a little tingy triangle.
I wasn't going to! Oh! Barry Manilow!
Oh.
He knows! I'll go and speak to him. He did the song.
That was Copacabana.
No, he did the song Bermuda Triangle. Don't you know you're Barry Manilow?
No.
Bermuda Triangle, from my angle. Don't disappoint. I've not got funding, have I?
Sorry, I genuinely had no knowledge of that song.
Just Barry Manilow did a song called Bermuda Triangle, didn't he? Yeah, thank you. I'm not going mad.
Ha-ha or ha-ha? Which historic sites were obliterated by the Olympic Park?
Ooh. Somebody must know that. So it's interesting that they demolished enough stuff. I know it went on for years and years, didn't it, building the Olympic Park, and it went massively over budget, didn't it?
It's just London, innit?
All the same.
Yeah.
Streets paved with gold. I don't know, actually.
All I know, I remember watching a documentary about the site before they redeveloped it, and
Right.
apparently there was a row of garages, I mean, completely forgotten about and disregarded.
Right.
But in one of them, a guy had developed something, the prototype for diesel.
Oh, wow,
And
okay.
A couple down, there was the guy who invented or developed rubber. Or
The process for
process.
using.
Yeah.
Oh, right. In those garages?
In those garages.
Wow. Were they next door to each other? Did you know?
Pretty much. I mean, it was on the same row of garages.
You've made diesel, I've made rubber.
I don't know if it was at the same time.
Oh, right. Oh, damn it. That would have been a sitcom.
It might have been the same time.
Diesel and rubber.
With whom would you bond in Frank Pledge?
Frank.
Hi, Pledge.
What are the home counties? Who has their editorials in the Coach and Horses?
Right. Now, today's editorial.
Just get another pipe, please, Frank.
Today's editorial is about why we. Alright. Just. I've got a really good idea.
Yeah?
You just concentrate. Stop distracting me.
Fine.
I'm the one that thinks we should have a lovely meeting in the pub instead of in the orifice. Because when we have it in the orifice, we always get distracted and we never get any work done. So
I'm not distracted.
no.
I'm concentrated.
Yes, it's rolling up.
Shut up! Concentrate.
Yeah.
I'm trying to focus.
Great.
Right. So, I'll have
Editorial.
another half, please. Right. So the editorial, I think what we should do is concentrate on. Oh, it's raining.
I've got a question.
Go on. Question. I'm listening.
What's an editorial?
I don't know, but I've got a headache.
What did Momus believe? What is the highest aqueduct? Who was God's Englishman?
I don't know, but he lived in Leicester.
I don't know when he looked like Jesus.
Thanks.
Who was it, Mark?
Yes, I'd love to know, actually.
Lots of people referred to Oliver Cromwell as God's Englishman.
Ah, okay.
That would have made for a darker scene.
Maybe next time.
Which one of us has got the roundest head?
He wouldn't have liked you, would he?
No, yeah. Puritans. Yeah, so it's God's Englishman. It's because of the whole puritanical thing. Ah, I see. Cheerful bloke.
Would you imagine Beau Brummel wearing a suit?
Yeah, I have invented it.
Oh, Beau!
I know.
Oh,
I'm
Beau!
going to call it a suit
Oh, the lapels are simply
Yeah.
incredible.
because it suits me. Look.
Oh,
Look
yeah.
at the cut of my jib.
Oh,
Look at
wonderful.
the turn of my calf. I
It's-
can do lunges.
It's so much better to turning up to work naked like you used to.
It would be even better if I could turn my head but for this cravat.
Yes, I particularly like the cummerbund that you have around your waist.
Well, it helps in the hernia.
It's incredible. How on earth did you get the idea for wrapping cloth around your body in such an incredible fashion, Beau?
Oh, well, I simply took my inspiration from sumo wrestlers.
Oh, I see. Oh, there's... I see. I'm trying to work out the connection there, Beau.
I'll be honest with you, so am I.
Why do some places still have the stocks and pillory?
I don't know, but I like it when you go to like a town or a village or something. They've got the stocks and pillory, and everyone always takes the opportunity to do like a little photo opportunity. It's like, come and put your head in there,
It also underlines the fact they can't work very well because
yeah, exactly. It's like go in the stocks and put your feet in it around there. The stocks and pillory are different, aren't they? The stocks was
One's
that,
one
and the
and
pillory
one's
was
that,
oh no,
yeah.
the pillory was that I think.
Is it?
And the stocks was just your feet, and people used to throw shit at you and stones as well if you were poor. Yeah. That's what it was, wasn't it? A form of weird punishment. Anyway, glad they don't do that anymore.
Apparently,
Watch this.
it's still on the statute books, the stocks.
Is it?
Really?
Magistrates could still sentence you to a turn in the stocks.
Wow, imagine
And I
that.
can't imagine
Shoplifting? Sorry. Wow, bloody hell.
whether it would last long if anyone actually tried it. I don't know.
Well, yeah, as we've just established. 10 minutes in the stocks, nice one, cheers, man.
How did James Wolfenden mathematically calculate the tide tables for Liverpool when he never saw the sea?
No.
Did William Prowse ever find that furling of land in Dartmoor he mislaid?
I'm sure you left it here somewhere.
I don't know. I just fell out of my pocket, Sandra. I just can't quite remember where I left it.
Well,
You had it when we got out of the car.
I know. I told you so many times to sew up that hole in your pocket.
I know something just goes inside the lining, doesn't it? Every time I lose a furlong of land,
Shake
it just
your,
goes straight out my...
shake your leg.
Oh, there it is! Where you been, you naughty furlong?
Peak District or Lake District?
1, 2, 3. Peak District!
From what route did Lavinia Fenton become Duchess of Bolton? Ooh. What was the peak population of the Waterloo Bridge cardboard city? One.
I don't know. Was this something to do with a bridge in London that was homeless people?
Yeah.
Was it during the
Yes.
Was it? Yeah, that's the end of that one. Fine. Was it during the plague or something?
No, it was 1991-92.
Oh right, okay.
Oh.
Bloody hell. So it was then.
During the last Tory recession.
Yeah. Subsequent ones. So that was. So what was the population? You say?
Yeah. I have no idea what the population was.
Okay.
Oh right. Anyone care to hazard a guess?
1100.
1100. Okay, I'll raise you 1100. No idea at all.
I have no idea what it was, but it was quite notorious. I mean, it was
right.
I think it's where the near where the bookshop is now.
Okay.
Under the bridge. It was just a complete homeless people with all their cardboard boxes just trying to get shelter under the bridge, and it became a bit of a shanty town.
Right. Yeah. Oh God. Yes.
That's surprising.
I don't know how many people were there, but the one time I saw it, it was huge.
Wow. It's a disgrace, isn't it?
It's all right. We'll be back to those days again fairly soon.
Yeah. We're not far off getting there.
Why does the word debt have a B in it?
Come here again, Herschel. I've come up with this idea for spelling. I thought that pneumonia needs a P, debt needs a B, and knickers, well, you can guess the rest. Can I get some more money and funding? Oh, knackers.
How old was old Thomas Parr?
How old are you, Grandad?
Happy birthday to me. Happy birthday to me. Happy birthday.
How creepy is the Helpston floral dance?
Let's dance around this greasy pole.
There's no way I could be any better than that robot.
Sorry. I apologise for that. I did.
You went up here.
What good is Chatteris if you're not there?
I don't know, Mark, but I'm glad you are.
Who taught the English how to queue?
I think you need something in your country. I think you need something in your country that says what your country is.
But we're already incredibly boring and polite.
But there must be a way of making you even more incredibly boring and polite.
I can't possibly think what we could do. Perhaps I should just wait on my own here until I think of something. Hold on. I just had a jolly good idea.
Have you? Are you sure?
Perhaps I should do this, but behind lots and lots of other people.
Well, let's try it out and see what it's like. How does this feel for you?
It feels incredibly dull and pointless. I like it.
I don't understand. I have some sort of weird feeling that I should go crazy and push in front of people. I don't understand. Oh, that seems to have raised a reaction.
couldn't possibly do that. That would simply be impolite. I mean, you can think it. Inside your mind, you can act out all sorts of murderous scenarios.
Let us experiment. Stand there, stand there. Right, now what do you want to do when I do this?
Oh, now that is an interesting one.
There must be some sort of noise you can make.
I want
Some sort of noise.
I want to kill you and all of your family.
That's internal. But externally, what do you think you might want to do?
Let's try it again. Let's try it again and see what happens.
Okay, I think we found it.
Oh, English.
Elephant and Castle, what's that all about?
I don't know where my mind's going tonight, but when you said elephant and castle, I just want to stick it up your ass. Sorry, that's horrible. I'm so sorry. That's all that went through my head. Sorry, I apologise for that. Sorry.
Paper over that.
I know. Sorry. What were you saying, sir?
I know what that's about.
Right. Go
What's
ahead.
that about?
Please
It's
do.
the
Go ahead.
Infanta of Castile.
Oh, okay.
When Henry VIII's older brother, before he was Henry VIII, obviously, his brother Arthur. His brother Arthur was to marry the queen who eventually became, Catherine, the daughter of Catherine of Aragon, who was the daughter of the reconquerors Isabella and Ferdinand in Spain. So she was from Castile. She
Who
was
he
the
later
princess of
married.
Castile.
Yeah.
Before she married Arthur, she was set up with her household south of the Thames in a little palace, and the palace was the palace of the Infanta of Castile.
Okay.
But the Londoners couldn't say Infanta of Castile, so it became Elephant and Castle.
Right.
Is she the one that was played by Miriam Margolyes? That's what should always be in my head. Blackadder.
I don't know. I don't think Henry VIII was in Blackadder.
I don't think
Henry VIII wasn't in Blackadder. No. A Henry VIII series of Blackadder would be brilliant.
Do you know what? It should have been Miriam Margolyes.
Yeah. Can you imagine Rowan Atkinson playing Blackadder, but like as Thomas Cromwell or something? It'd be really, really good. Baldrick as a little cardinal. Canning playing, cut her head off. That'd be really good. So I didn't realise that about the Elephant Castle. No, I didn't realise. There are loads of place names, weird things like that. So, well done. Ready? Yeah.
At the Battle of Lewes, would you have been on the side of Henry or de Montfort?
1, 2, 3.
De Montfort!
Yes!
Where was Satan's harvest home?
Let's just, can I put these through, please? I don't come to Harvest Home very often. I normally do my shopping at Waitrose.
We've got a special offer on Souls of the Dead.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's 3 for 2.
Oh, excellent. I'll go back there and pick some of those
Hang
up.
on, hang on.
Sandra!
I wish I was English.
Sandra! Can you go and get me an extra Soul of the Dead?
Make it a good one, a particularly evil one from the top shelf.
Make it one of the fruitier ones, Sandra. We've got one of them in.
The danger in that.
And did those feet in ancient times?
Walk and yeah, well done. Nice, lovely.
How many people with blue plaques have you actually heard of?
Now, I said this last time, I remember, but do you remember when Rick Mail died? Rick Mail, the comedian. Oh, brilliant, one of my heroes. When he died, obviously didn't have a blue plaque for him because, he's Rick Mail. Are you aware of the series Bottom, the sitcom that he did? At the beginning of that, they had like an opening sequence where him and Ed Edmondson were sat on a bench and they were fighting. And they did that because they did the sitcom and they didn't have an opening sequence and they'd finished everything. They're like, we need an opening sequence, let's just go outside and film us improvising and messing about. And they did a bit where Ed Emerson's hitting him with a bit of a newspaper, and then he goes mad and punches him in the balls. And when he died, his fans thought, oh, we'll make this bench a little thing for him. But the bench had been moved because Hammersmith had been renovated. So his fans got together, did a Kickstarter, made a bench to go in the spot where it was, and they put a little blue plaque on it, a little knocked up blue plaque that said, this is in honour of Dr. the Rick Mail, Pan Global Phenomenon, this, that and the other, once punched his friend in the balls on this spot. And it's still there. I don't know whether the plaque's still there, but it's still there, and people go visit it and put flowers there and sit there and go, whoa, and stuff like that. I went there myself.
The inside of Rob's mind.
Yeah. So there's something you didn't know. Yeah. Anything else on blue plaques, or are we... No? Nothing about dentists? No, okay.
How did the Shropshire Mammoths die? What were the 12 great livery companies?
We've got lamb, we've got pork, we've got beef.
Yeah.
We need 8 more.
Now, llama.
Possible. They do spit a bit.
They do. Very bitter liver, maybe. Difficult to get hold of, though. I'll pack a few. What about elephant? Very thick hide, but I bet it's a very rich liver.
Bit big, hard to transport. I was thinking emu.
Oh, yes. Would we have to get Rod Hall as well?
I think he's probably got a very dried up liver.
True, no. Well, I tell you what we could do is just sort of, we could limit them, we could double up on a few, you know what I mean? We could get a few pigs and a few cows and just double up. No one will know the difference, livers all look the same.
But they've got to be the 11 greatest.
True. If we want to go down in history.
Alligator.
Yes.
Liver and shoes.
You've hit upon something there. We could get crocodile too. Do snakes have livers?
Quite long ones, I would imagine.
They're very different, aren't they? What about ants?
We need a microscope.
True. We'll skip that then. How many have we got so far? Weren't you counting, Martha? Weren't you counting? I can't rely on you for anything. This happened with the kidneys.
I know, but there are twice as many of them.
Very true.
Where in the Berkshire countryside was the last remaining copy of The Joke buried?
I think it was wherever you got that pun in that
Alpaca. Hey!
Which do you think is the oldest chalk figure?
That was the horse, isn't there? There's a very famous horse.
There's the man with the big appendage.
The huge legs. Yeah, the fertility symbol.
There's that one.
What, does anyone know of any other chalk figures?
One on the pavement down there.
Oh, hi, nice one. The body was... no, I don't know of any. They're the only two I know. The horse, I'm not sure where they
There's
are.
quite a lot of Victorian ones.
Yeah.
Oh, right, okay.
There's quite a lot. There's one hill, isn't there, where there's a lot of regimental
In
ones?
Wiltshire, yeah.
Yeah, they got a load of soldiers. God, I have some interesting Sunday night viewing. Country file. But they have a load of regiments were sort of camped out there in the... I think it might have even been the Second World War.
Yeah, it
First
was.
World War.
Yeah.
And they cut all the regimental symbols into the...
Oh, I see. Right,
Yeah.
I thought you meant like a regiment of soldiers, like loads of white.
No.
Although it took ages. Quite easy to do. Oh, that's nice. There we go. See, I told you you'd learn something.
Who knows where the term Cockney comes from?
Doctor, I've got something weird going out my knee.
That'll be a penis knee.
Alright. Well, the thing is, I came to the old balls and cock. That's Doc. Just to see what you could do about it.
Well, Mrs. Brown, does it make you want to
I just needed to show it to you, just so that, I suppose...
Have you had children?
Have I had children?
Yeah.
20.
Right, well, Mother Brown, just go on, put your knees up.
Reaches green knolls plain to fame. What does Congleton have in common with Osterley?
We've both got loads of O's. Loads of O's.
I don't even know where Osterley is.
I know, yeah, Congleton, but I don't know Osterley.
Osterley is, this is a coincidence. Osterley is famous as Osterley Park in London.
Okay.
National Trust. And round the back there's a... who was the engineer? Telford? Anyway, so it's the first place in Britain where you have a canal with a railway and a road all going over each other.
Oh, wow, okay. Which one's on top of the canal? That'd be great.
Unfortunately, not. The canal's at the bottom.
It's a massive concrete tube.
But it turns out that Congleton has the same arrangement of canal, rail and road.
Ah,
Okay.
right.
Well, utterly pointless.
No, that's interesting. Yeah, if you ever want to change, you just this boat's going too slow.
jump
Yeah. Stuck in a traffic jam.
Do you stand for the Hallelujah chorus?
I'm not getting up if you're not. Look, it's your cousin's wedding. It's just a very strange choice of song. As I said, your cousin's wedding. She's always been a bit weird. She played Smack My Bitch Up at the christening. I didn't stand up for that either.
It does essential things the wrong way round, anyway.
Sorry, shh.
Is it now?
Yes. Burn, baby, burn at the funeral.
Well, that was in keeping in some ways.
What do you mean?
Well, it was what was happening.
Didn't mean you had to stand up and join in.
Just seemed appropriate.
Yeah, sorry.
Is she coming in yet?
I don't know. I really don't want to. I just feel really uncomfortable at these religious things.
I don't
Everyone
know.
weird, wearing big long dresses. It just reminds me of home.
I don't know whether to kneel down. Is this the one where you have to turn to the person on your right and shake their hand?
I don't know. Which is the one where you go up and get bread? I'm hungry. Is this one? I know. Sorry, I'm just sorry.
We should probably stop doing that.
Yes.
There's little cushions. I think we might need to get on the floor at some point.
Well, maybe if we do it now, other people will join in.
Let's have a go.
Can we do that?
Yeah.
We used to do that at school.
No one else is joining in.
No, that's wrong. That 4-year-old's joined in.
I'm not sure.
His mum's giving me the eye.
Yeah. Maybe we can style it out in some way.
What do you mean?
Could you pretend you fainted?
What, to cover it sort of thing?
Well, yeah.
Why do I have to? It's your cousin's wedding, I keep saying. You always get me into predicaments like this. Right. Just make sure everyone's watching.
She's coming in. I think that might have been the wrong moment.
What could be more appropriate than to build a children's playground where Warwick fought Bolingbroke?
Ooh.
I want to be Warwick. I want to be Warwick.
Well, I'm going to be Warwick because Warwick's better than Bolingbroke and I prefer Warwick.
I want to be Warwick.
You're always Warwick!
Well, it's my birthday.
Oh, alright then, well you can be Warwick for 5 minutes and then I get to be Warwick. I don't like being Bolingbroke, he's got a stupid name.
10 minutes.
But
10 minutes? That's a really long game.
But I'll let you borrow my plastic shield.
Oh, it says Warwick on it.
Yeah, but you've got to ignore that bit.
Oh, I've got a bit ball input though.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't even know who wins. Well, can ball input win this one?
Only if you win very gently and not by being.
Bang! Ball input win! Ball input win! Ball input win!
I got a new sword for my birthday.
Where'd you get that from? Your dad works at the Royal Armouries. Where have you got a gladius?
Do you want to feel a bit of this?
No, I don't! It's gone right through the shield! I don't want that. You give me Warwick! And years in the future.
Weirdly, according to Shakespeare, that isn't exactly what happened.
Did you not like
You never got the details right, though, did you?
when we tried to do it in pentameter as much as we could?
When did we stop rubbing the donkey stone?
Oh. No.
What?
Sorry, yeah. Sorry.
Is that in Bogner?
That's 15th in the queue. What? Yeah, sorry, we've dinged now. What's the donkey stone? Go on.
So the donkey stone is the it's your footstep in front of your front door. And
Oh, is that called the donkey
yeah,
stone?
and-
All right.
and every Tuesday morning, all the households in the town all the housewives would go out and they'd
Rub the donkey
scrub
stone.
down the donkey stone. They'd make it all nice and smart for
Very,
the next week.
very useful if you need to sharpen a knife.
The donkey stone.
My dad used to do that. He used to sharpen the knife on the front step.
Did he really? What, pain in
Well,
the
back
ass?
step, actually.
Pain in the ass. Anyway. Donkey stone.
What did Ada Lovelace want to program her computer to do? What did Betjeman love about Louth?
Mouth. Rhymes with mouth.
South?
It would make an excellent poem. Laugh. I speak you with my mouth. You're a city in the south. Laugh.
Ah, I should be poet laureate. What do you think, Byron?
It's astonishing. Can you think of anything that rhymes with Birmingham?
Hold on. Turn with gun in Birmingham and give me all your poems, man.
You can have that, but I'm keeping the bear. No one else knew that about Byron.
What's this about Byron?
He kept the bear.
Did he?
Yeah.
Where did he keep it?
I
feel like I'm brilliant, so.
I actually think he nearly got chucked out of his university accommodation for keeping a bear.
Keeping a bear.
It was Byron. He was nuts. I might be making that up.
It's
I
I like the idea that he nearly got kicked out.
Yeah.
But you've got to give me credit for my imagination if I make that one up. Is that
True.
happened? Is it true?
True, yes.
There you go. Thank you very much.
Did he nearly get kicked out though?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
But he
pretty
didn't
sure.
quite. He
Yeah,
just
yeah.
went, another bear, Byron. No, seriously.
It wasn't
I
that
mean,
bad.
you brought a lion in last week. Was it a teddy bear? And he was just like, it's a teddy bear. I was like, I'm sleeping in it.
Cool.
It was what, sorry?
I'm trying to remember what the bear was called.
Yeah.
Shelley.
His dog was called Boatswain, but I can't
Boatswain,
remember what the bear was called.
Wow,
Probably
an
a
actual
bloody
bear.
nuisance, I imagine.
Yeah. Trying to write a poem, shut up. Stop batting that sound.
Was John Poulsen a good architect?
It's a bit wonky.
I like it.
I mean, I'm not denying it's got a certain aesthetic appeal, but I'm a little bit worried that it's going to drop on someone.
I mean, it may do. It's more the unusual. It's the colour more than anything. And
Maybe,
the spots.
maybe if we painted it white, it might look a bit more acceptable.
Anyway, glad you enjoyed our honeymoon holiday. Should we get a selfie in front of it?
Yeah. hang on.
Yeah. Oh yes, I take it. There you go, holding up the weird building. Yay! I'll upload it.
Yeah. It's never going to catch on, is it?
Yeah. Oh, it's going!
Oh!
Ooh. Good job they moved. Oh, they didn't.
Who made Richard Whiteley Mayor of Wetwang?
Right, I think I might know this, and I've driven through Wetwang many a time. So now, it's sort of the northeast, I think. Wetwang.
Yeah, it's in East Riding.
Yeah. It's a little, and it always I'm driving through. Welcome to Wetwang. And I think was it that because he used to host Countdown, didn't he, Richard Whiteley? Was it that like I think since you remember the letters came up randomly and it's someone got Wetwang or it spelt out Wetwang and Carol Vorderman was like Wetwang, and that someone associated that with him, and was that what it was?
I have no idea.
Yeah,
I know it was just the local parish council had come up with the idea and written a letter.
Maybe that's what it was, but I would like to think it was Sebastian. I don't know, I've got a really strong image in my head of the blue letters spelling out Wetwang.
Have you been taking the tablets again?
Yeah. Wetwang! No, I really thought maybe someone came up with that as a word on Countdown. You know, it's like they had loads of letters and they were like Wetwang, and everyone was like, is that a real word? And he went, the woman looked at it up and went, no, actually it is.
Are real names allowed on Countdown?
I don't know. Are they not?
Ooh.
Oh, so maybe I got that wrong. Then maybe they spelled it out.
We'll put it on Wikipedia tonight, though.
Yeah, definitely.
It'll be
Authenticated.
Does England begin in Jarrow? Is the population of England outnumbered by its ghosts? What marks England's central point?
Someone's got a... If you think you want to answer any of the questions, so I'm sorry if you didn't get it. Stick your hand right in the air, we'll ding the bell.
Well, see it.
Did anyone have something for that?
It's a phone box in Whitewell.
A phone box in
Whitewell.
Whitewell? Whereabouts?
Well, it's
I know,
interesting.
down Sutton.
Yeah, it's interesting. That's classed by many people to be the geographical centre of Great Britain.
Right.
There is a field in Leicestershire, I think, which claims to be the geographical centre of England.
Okay.
But no, the phone box is a great spot. It's a brilliant little village.
Is that the one that's got the posh inn, which is very nice?
Right.
And it's imagine if you put if England was if Britain was freestanding and you put a pin underneath, it would balance under the phone box.
Let's try that, shall we? On a pencil. How did you know that, by the way, just out of interest?
I've no idea.
You've been to that phone box before, right? Excellent, well done.
How many did Thomas Cook take to the Loughborough Temperance Conference?
God, I'm missing two again.
Look, is this going to take long? Because, you know, we'd like to get to the conference.
I know, I'm ever so
I
sorry.
really want to find out everything I can about Loughborough.
I know, and I'm very excited about Loughborough myself, sir, but I'm missing two. I don't know where they've gone. I mean, they've not gone to the pub, have they?
No, why would they do that? I mean, I'm the head of the Loughborough Appreciation Society, and we certainly wouldn't leave to the pub. You know, me and being the head. Yeah, they certainly.
I've heard it's very sober, and you're a very sensible bunch, and they couldn't have gone off for a swift one.
No, they wouldn't have done. They're all fascinated by my repartee.
Right.
And my witty banter, at which I hold them forth at every single weekly meeting at the Loughborough Appreciation Society.
They didn't confirm, didn't they?
Oh yes, those two definitely confirmed, and the rest... there were more people behind me, weren't there? Alfred? Jenny?
We appear to be just left by with that man over there with the walking sticks who's unable to move.
That's Sebastian, yes. He never looks happy. Hello, Seb. You coming up? All right, Seb. There's no need to do that.
It's just we've got this whole coach. I mean, I could have just taken you on the back of my moped.
Well, there's an offer I can't refuse.
Oh, no.
Yeah, there we go, you've said it now, Mr. Tuck. Come on then. There we are. Go on. To Loughborough!
How many Knights of the Garter are there?
Do you like it? I'm a knight.
Oh, I think you look stunning. That and the suit. Oh!
I think it really goes with the armour.
Oh yes, incredible. You come up with such fascinating ideas. Where did you get this one from?
Oh, well, you know, I was just looking at some things in...
Was it sumo wrestlers again?
No, Cosmopolitan I was looking at.
I see.
And I just thought, no, this is the French way.
Oh, I see. Well, when that...
Armour at the top, naked from the waist
Yes.
down, just a garter.
Oh, that is ridiculous. And you've not put the garter around your leg, I see.
No. They'll be terrified of my cohorts when I march into battle.
Yes, definitely. The Black Knight's going to be pooing himself, I'm sure. When he comes riding along on his horse, you're going to frighten the life out of him, I can see that. So, when is the joust?
Week on Tuesday.
Oh, I see. You're just trying it all out. I'm so pleased that you've come here to just show me this little private
No,
show.
but I'm thinking of just breaking it in for the
Like a
whole
pair of
week,
shoes, like a pair of
really.
shoes.
Like a
just
pair-
need-
yeah.
exactly.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I need to know how it reacts in all types of different terrain and weather.
Should I chuck a bucket of water at
Well, whatever turns you on.
You or non-you? How many tops are there in the Malverns? Do you follow ley lines?
Excellent. Wrong! 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 You took a misstep, apprentice.
Sorry, sir.
Don't apologise to me, apologise to yourself.
Sorry, me.
How do you expect to become a Knight of the Garter when you cannot follow the ley lines?
Can't I just buy a garter?
No, you can't! That experiment was tried 100 years ago, and he was killed by the Black Knight instantly.
It's just, and I don't know how to say this.
I can tell.
Do they really exist?
You question the wisdom of the ley lines and then lean backwards with a quizzical expression. You dare!
I am doing that, yeah. Yeah, I am, yeah.
The ley lines have been there for centuries, even longer.
But has anyone actually seen them?
My God, my faith has been shattered. But we just simply need to believe in the ley lines, surely. Why am I asking you? I'm the master. Oh.
We're going to simply believe in the ley lines. Can't we believe that we're Hawkins, essentially?
Let's just buy garters instead.
Kind of just what I was into it for, to be honest.
Oh, good.
What inspired the Reverend Gilpin to create the picturesque? When did oak become the national tree? What creates that sense of desolation at Chew Green?
Three pieces I've just taken.
Yeah. That's all I can bring myself to do.
I hate your auntie's caravan. Every year at Hugh Green we sit here and do this to ourselves.
Doesn't it make the rest of the year feel great?
Shall I boil the kettle?
Yeah, that'll give us something to do.
I don't know why we don't sit down.
We did that for half an hour. We don't want to waste the excitement.
True, true. Shall we open a window?
Yeah, that'll be a change of scene.
Kettle's just boiled.
We can boil it again in half an hour.
Oh, be still, my beating heart.
Well, that's just wanton.
Well, it's our honeymoon. I thought we'd go.
Next year, shall we go to Rill?
You're so decadent.
I
I
know.
love you.
I was going to suggest Blackpool, but I thought that was just going too far.
What is the most northerly point of England? Excuse me while I just do a Theresa May.
Letters. I don't know actually. I'm sorry. I'm thinking of the wrong thing. I'm thinking Scafell Pike. That's the tallest, isn't it? That's the highest. I've got that really
Berwick
wrong.
upon Tweed?
Yeah, just north of Berwick.
Ah, okay.
Not funny, but correct.
We told you you'd learn. Any takers on Berwick upon Tweed?
Unless the Scots decide to invade.
Oh, I know an interesting thing about Berwick upon Tweed. Yes, it was the last place that was signed out of the Cold War.
Oh, right. Okay.
There you go. So I don't know what accords they were and things, but there was an accord, because it's got a really weird status, Berwick upon Tweed, because it's sort of between England and Scotland. When we signed something with America, I think it was, that kind of said, yeah, we're on your side against the Ruskies, sort of thing. Everything was mentioned separately, so like Northern Ireland, Scotland, blah, 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 and Berwick upon Tweed. So when we signed something else to say, no, we really like the Russians, it was all listed again, they missed out Berwick upon Tweed. So years later, and I think it was in like the early 2000s, or I've probably got that wrong, but a lot longer after everywhere else, the mayor of Berwick upon Tweed had to go across to Russia and sign something to say, no, we like you too. So it was the last place.
So it was the last bastion against communism.
Yes.
That was due to Russian hackers.
As is everything. As is everything. As is everything. Fake news. Fake news. Wow, I didn't know that.
There you go.
What is the significance of Rolls travelling to meet Royce at the Midland Hotel?
Hello, Rolls.
Royce?
You are checking in?
I was going to. I'm in the queue, aren't I?
What? Well, is it a queue or is it a side-by-side situation?
Only one lady on.
Oh, right, okay.
I think I should go first, as rolls just sounds better, doesn't it? Just rolls off the tongue. It's nicer to go in front, you know?
Well, I don't know.
Rolls Royce. Royce is sort of an afterthought.
I think Royce Roll sounds more distinguished.
Sounds like a shop on Coronation Street.
Royce. Royce is a name. Royce is a distinguished name. Rolls is a foodstuff.
Still think it sounds ridiculous.
Well,
Excuse me.
I would like you to check in, please.
And history has been changed.
How did Lambert Simnel bring about Simnel cake?
There you go, it's a cake.
Excellent. What is in it?
Flour and eggs and stuff. Bit of marzipan on the top.
Marzipan.
Yeah.
I like it. I like it. You have not been a chef here long, Simbel, but you will go far.
Yeah. I'm going to name that after myself.
After yourself?
Yeah.
That is a rather extravagant thing to do. This is my restaurant.
My
Monsieur Battenberg.
It's my cake. Make your own cake.
You made it on my premises.
That's my idea.
But you made it on my floor. What I paid for with my own money.
Yeah, you could have given me a table. It's not particularly hygienic.
That is how we make all of our cakes here at Battenberg.
Well, you
On the floor. Rare. Using our hands and using our skills. We do not need tables. They are for amateurs. Amateurs!
I like my cake. I like it on a table. Why don't you make one on the floor and name it after yourself?
No. I've already made one. It is made of squares. May I present to you the Bergen batter.
Nice.
How many public benches are there in England?
Are you aware of Rick Mail?
How did Henry acquire Hampton Court? What is the longest river?
In England? Presumably.
Yeah.
Okay. The Tiber?
What?
I don't know. I've heard of it. Is it a river?
Yes, it is in Shakespeare's plays of Rome.
Okay, fine. All right then. All right. Well, not is it not the Tiber? Of course it isn't. Stupid.
Strange amount.
I can't think of another. I was thinking the Thames.
7.
No, I think it's the Thames.
Is it the Thames?
I think it's the Thames. I'll
And-
check. When I get home, I'll do a tweet.
7.
7 Thames.
Seven is
Fight.
the
Fight.
longest-
Fight.
7.
7 is the longest in Great Britain.
Okay.
It goes into Wales, so I think may not be the longest floor.
So that means it would be a cut-off point. It would be like, no, you can't measure that past you.
Yeah. I don't count it.
When it gets to a certain point, you have to pay a fine.
Yeah,
Pay a
pay
toll.
toll.
Yeah, so 7 time. You're not sure.
Where was Beethoven's Ninth Symphony first performed?
At Questions of England.
It's on Regent Street.
Was it?
How did Tresham get away with building the triangular lodge? Did the Romans get literally everywhere?
Oh, God! They're under the sofa! They're behind the curtains! I've been putting those big sticky strips of paper
I
on.
know,
Look
but-
at you getting stuck to
We've
them.
got loads of centurions just hanging off it by their armour. It's ridiculous.
Sick of going in the garden and they're all walking around in
Just
squares.
insidious. They're just insidious. They go under the thing. I've got those big, those big traps with big bits of Christian stuck in there as bait, and they just keep catching them like that.
I've tried the humane ones, but you take them to the end of the field and let them out, and they just come
Straight back again, marching like a tortoise. Straight back again. It's really difficult to catch all of them like that because when you pick them up, they just jab the little swords out, don't they? And you can't just stab you in the hand. It's rubbish.
Nightmare. I've tried building a little wall.
Yeah. No, that's no good, is it? That's no good, a little wall. It keeps the Celts out. That's
Yeah.
it. Yeah. Oh, do you know what? I think we need to get the exterminators in. Ring up Attila.
Yeah, I can't get hold of him. I'll try Spartans R Us.
Oh yeah.
What happened to the woman from Godalming who gave birth to all those rabbits?
Is that a Beatrix Potter book?
No, it's a true story.
It's a true story.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, all right, fill us in.
I can't remember many of the details. There was a woman in the 1700s who apparently gave birth to loads of rabbits.
I think the key word in that sentence is apparently.
I think the key word is 1700s.
Yeah. Gave birth to a load of rabbits.
Yeah.
It's a boy, it's a girl, it's a boy, it's a girl. Oh my god, they've all got big fucking ears.
I think it was debunked
in her lifetime?
So that's what happened.
Was that a story you were told to put you to sleep at night? You know what? There was a lady, she gave birth to 17 rabbits. Night. 17? Where's this from, this story?
It's one of those legends, one of those English legends. Of, like Old Thomas Parr.
Don't know that one, no?
Old Thomas Parr was apparently 138 when he died.
Oh, right, okay. Him and Noah.
Yeah, I came across it in a museum somewhere. And she was famous. People go and visit her with all the rabbits, and there was a
just bring a load of bibs and carrots. Congratulations!
You've got to make your money somehow, haven't you?
Make your money. The rabbit woman of whatever she was. I've never heard of her. Heard. I'll ding that bell.
Why did Bonnie Prince Charlie retreat? Fred West or Harold Shipman?
1, 2, 3.
Fred
Harold
West!
Shipman! Oh no! Serial killer failed. Which it is anyway.
Who was the Protestant whore?
Nell Gwyn.
Okay. Go on. Who said that? Hello. No. Yes.
It was Nell Gwyn.
It was Nell Gwyn.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's after a story behind this now.
I've heard of the name Nell Gwyn. I'm not sure who that is.
She was King Charles's mistress and one of the first famous actresses, partly because she was King Charles's mistress.
Right.
After
Okay.
the Puritans had abolished theatre, so
the second King Charles II is this?
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
So when Charles II brought it back, and actresses were in it for the first time.
Right.
And he had a Catholic mistress as well.
Right.
And people were really angry about her because they were afraid that it was going to precipitate the Civil War again.
Yeah.
So Nell Gwyn was coming to the palace on an assignation in a coach, surrounded by liveried footmen or whatever they had in Restoration. And her carriage was mobbed by a ravening mob. And they said, kill the Catholic whore! Kill the Catholic whore! And she is supposed to have stepped out of the carriage
Daily Mail read
and announced with perfect stage aplomb, gentlemen, please, I am the King's Protestant whore.
Get it right. Brilliant. Lovely.
On that note, we are out of time.
Hey!
Thank you very much.
That was Questions of England, everyone. We hope you've enjoyed it. If you want to give us any money, please do. But yes, if you want to come and talk to us afterwards and find out about anything else that we do, please do. We'll be around for a few minutes yet. So thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed the show, and please enjoy the last bit. Range, gentlemen, please.
This is apparently amazing, so I'm definitely
Yeah.
staying for that.
Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much. That was surprisingly informative.
You always don't know what you learn.